Somewhere in northern England, I received a phone call. It was Mary Martha, asking when we expected to arrive in Dublin. I replied, in 3 days. The voice on the other end said, see you there. Now that's one tough cookie. Together with the Insleys, the 6 of us took our annual junkets to Eureka Springs. You know what they say, what happens in Eureka stays in Eureka. And for years, spent New Year's Eve playing pitch and ringing in the new year together. Wonderful times. We also spent several Christmases in the Bahamas with the Caribous. This is a very, very special time of the year for all Bahamians, and as a part of their many celebrations, a major all-night televised parade called Junkanoo is held, in which the 5 principal families compete for best costume, dance, performance, and whatever. Needless to say, this is taken quite seriously by the locals. Long story short, we not only befriended one of the family chieftains, but he invited the 4 of us to become the first white people to ever participate in the event. Well, Mary Martha was not to be denied. Not only did we participate, she grabbed the majorette shaft and got in front of this all-black family and led the parade through the streets of Nassau, to the horror of all the onlookers. That wasn't until the cops came and pulled us out. It was almost an international incident. And a fun memory from that trip was there were 8 of us, and the kids saw this taxi cab called the Pink Panther. It was a big old Cadillac. It was decorated like a panther, and it had horns on the front fenders that played the Pink Panther theme song. And the kids bugged Tom and I for a whole week, wanting to take that to the airport. And we kept saying no, 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 and the more we said no, the more they bugged us. Finally, we acquiesced, and we asked the driver if he could take 8 of us with all our luggage. So he came and opened the trunk and stacked it as high as he could, tied it down, and all 8 of us got in the car, and we took off, kids hanging out the windows, and Mary Martha in the front seat, of course, and this guy blowing his horn, playing the Pink Panther theme, and here's Mary Martha in the front seat. Boom, boom, boom. So it was good. It was a good memory. Mary Martha could also laugh at herself. Not so long ago in St. Martin, she was standing in the ocean when an enormous wave blindsided her, and her wig just went airborne down the beach, which prompted a little 8-year-old boy to scream to his mother, "Mom, she lost her head." And Mary Martha just stood there, not in her best form, and laughed uncontrollably. Now, Andrea, forgive me, but while in Amsterdam, she was experiencing some serious back pain, and she suffered so frequently. And she told Tom she was going to get herself one of those marijuana cigarettes. Well, she bought one the size of a cigar, and she lit it. She took a puff and she smiled. She took another puff and she smiled some more. A couple more puffs and she was laughing hysterically. Then a few more puffs and she passed out. That was Mary Martha's one trip to the dark side. Well, we all know that Mary Martha held some deep spiritual reliefs. But one time we were up at Lake Como in northern Italy, and we were visiting this popular villa. And we'd had a few pops, and we were having a good time. And Tom and Carol got the giggles. I mean, gosh, we never grew up. And they were creating quite a scene, and it caused Mary Martha and I to join in. And we were shamefully a distraction and really the ugly Americans. So we exited and went out of the villa and out into the courtyard, continuing our laughter over who knows what. And all of a sudden, Mary Martha straightened up and she said to me, "Oh no, I've wet myself. What am I going to do?" Just Scout's honor, just as she spoke those words, raindrops began falling on my shoulders, and then a torrential downpour, and I looked at Mary Martha and said, "Mary Martha, the Lord works in mysterious ways." And with that, the four of us headed back, soaking wet from head to toe. And Mary Martha could be so kind and generous in so many ways. Just like Andrea mentioned her story about sorority, our oldest granddaughter was initiated into Pi Phi at KU. And the day she was initiated, Chandler received this little box beautifully wrapped. And inside was a gold necklace. Not just any necklace, but Mary Martha's from many years ago. That was pretty sweet. As I've said, Mary Martha was many things to many people, and she was loved by everyone. And it's just unfortunate that the family have to receive our parting love notes under such crazy circumstances. So in closing, please join me in crossing your chest and maybe give your heart a pat or two. Tom and family, this is the hug we all wish to give you and we can't. It's for our Mary Martha, for your Mary Martha.
Amen. That's beautiful.
Hi, how you doing? This is really an interesting view. This is what football must be going to look like in the fall with no fans. I don't have much to say because Andrea and Bob pretty much took care of everything. So I've had to readjust on the fly. People that know this situation, they probably think I'm here because of Carico. And I am. Because Tom's one of my guys. I mean, we're tight. 2020 is the beginning of our 6th decade together. But I've had some time in the last 3 days by myself, windshield time, driving to Tulsa and back, to give this a lot of thought. The one thing I don't have any sleepovers to remember, so I'm going to have to adjust that. What I decided and discovered, Mary Martha and I were truly unusual friends. And I don't know that I'd ever totally appreciated that until I had a lot of thought behind it. The reason we were good friends, we had one of those relationships that was tested by fire. I'm going to divide our friendship into 3 categories. The first one will be the honeymoon period. That was where I was married to a good friend of hers, and I was harmless. If they wanted to go see another church, if they wanted to see another museum, I went along. If they wanted to eat in a fancy restaurant or in a joint, I went along. She got lulled into sleep kind of with me, thinking I was just easy money. Well, they've talked about the honeymoon period, the two of them, but we kind of slipped in and out of that over the years. Category 3 was food. And Mary Martha and I, that was the structure of our relationship. It was from day one to day end. And as I close, I will talk about that. But the fire and brimstone, category number 2, fantasy football. If I had it to do over again,